Welcome to the A-Train Show. And now here's your host, the A-Train, Arlington Lane.
Yeah, Truth Chatter. Yeah, I think it's time for more Truth Chatter. Yeah. Born every day, 100 new fake rappers. We got too many powers.
Welcome to this edition of the A-Train Show, the A-Train Arlington Lane. Back on a fun fan Father's Day Friday. I messed up when I put up the title, so don't even worry about it. It's a fun fan Father's Day Friday. And I'm glad to have you on board today. Coming up on the program today, we're going to have a couple of fathers going to be joining me. Steve French, voiceover actor and an avid Boston sports fan. And we're going to open up the sports pulpit a little bit and bringing in back to the program Robert L. Bailey Jr. So he'll be arriving shortly, hopefully. As always, folks, you can always check in with us. You can go online right now to fuelsportsnetwork.com is where we are located. And you can always find us on your Roku TVs and Amazon TV and Amazon Fire Stick. And yeah, we're there. And it looks like my guest has arrived. But before he pops on real quick, I want to give a little gift to all the fathers today. And it's in the form. I'm trying to see it. Give me 1 second. There we go. It's in the form of a player for the Chicago Sky. And I think every father would love to have her, and her father probably is scared that she's out there. Ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to meet the one and only Miss Kisray Andresic right here. My Lord. We played again one time for the people so they can see it. Praise be ye the Lord right there, right? Praise be ye. Woo, she's something else, man. Oh wow. I wanted to bless all the fathers with that. Don't holler at me too loud, okay? What's that I hear? See, it's always something going down on my show. Music coming from everywhere. I don't even be knowing what's going on. Ladies and gentlemen, he's back again with me again this week. Thank you. Robert L. Bailey Jr. is back in the house once again, man. How you doing, sir?
Man, I'm good, man. What's going on? I see them doing some extra little stuff on here. That's what's up.
we opening up the sports pulpit, man, today.
I love it. Let's go.
So let's open it up, man. The doors are
open.
The doors are open. That's right. That's how we have to do things. All right, let's get into it. I don't want to waste any time. The first topic I want to talk about, of course, is the NBA Finals. All right.
Yeah.
It's 3-0 in Boston. So it's pretty much I guess we sitting here. We got a game tonight. You think did it end tonight in Dallas, or did we get another game?
I honestly believe with my whole entire heart that Dallas is going to play, but I think Boston is on a mission. Jaylen Brown is on a mission, like he's on a mission. And if we take, I mean, I know JT is killing, he always has, but Jaylen Brown specifically is on a mission. And I think the failures of the previous years and the failures of getting close and not making it, and being eliminated multiple times, having the squad they had, even with a Marcus Smart, to be able to get to this point and 10 consecutive straight games without a loss. Bro, I think they're on a mission, man. So I think it's ending tonight. I really
Now,
honestly feel like it's going to end tonight.
now you mentioned that, and Jason Tatum had just recently did a little thing for Media Day. He said that yes, they're on a mission, but the media is not going to believe when they do win that they deserve this championship. So then he said, on top of that, on top of that, we're gonna have to win it again next year. So, so I looked at that and I was like, yeah, some media members are going to say that because you didn't have to play against a healthy Milwaukee team, right? You didn't have didn't have Tyrese Halliburton for that series against Indiana. Granted that those games could have went way different
Either way,
if he's
yeah.
playing. So it didn't have to go to 4 games. And I think what was the other matchup they had? I think at this point it don't even matter, but because they still knocked them off.
Yeah.
But my thing is people are going to try to downplay this Boston championship. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, you really can't. It's not the other team's faults that they did not have full strength. It's not their fault. It's not Boston's fault that they weren't at full strength. That other teams weren't at full strength. You play with what you have. And if you can't do that, because guess what? Let's say they had lost to Indiana.
Facts.
They would have got on Boston so bad. Oh, Jason Tatum, they don't know how to beat teams when they beaten up. It's a lose-lose situation for them.
Yeah.
And so to go out and just go ahead and do it, like you said, 10 straight games with a win, that's impressive.
Yeah. I think this is going to make it. Now, he has a point because winning this is really impressive. Like, really, really what they've done this year. I think it was predicted from the very beginning that they will be one of the top teams to win this year. Most people predicted that they would win it all based on the climate of getting the Porzingis, making sure White is in the rotation, and doing all the things that they're necessary, and then going out and getting a Drew Holiday, and in the replacement of a Marcus Smart. So you gotta consider they made good moves to get to this point. So I kind of predicted that they would get here. I think my issue with Boston was that they were so streaky all season long that now when we get here, this is the Boston we were supposed to see from the beginning. So I think at the end of the day, they deserve this, but he makes a very valid point. They need to win next year, or at least get somewhere close to this in order to solidify this win. Because if they do not, and let's say next season they get knocked out in the first round with a healthy team, without a problem with Porzingis, bro, this is going to look really bad that they are a one-hitter quitter, with this team. So yeah, man, they're gonna, and really, you coming back with a healthy Jai, you coming back with a healthy Minnesota, with a healthy, a healthy Philadelphia. You coming back with all of these teams are coming back with healthy squads, man, and I just don't know if they're gonna be able to get there again, dog. Like this is gonna be they better take really, really close heed to what they're making, the decision that they made this year, and try to take the momentum into next year.
And as we sit here and we're doing the show right now, you're checking in with the A Train show, and I got the good Reverend Dr. Robert L. Bailey Jr. from the Praise Dome joining me as always in the sports pulpit. So, but we're just touching a bit on what's going on in the finals. As much as we sit here, we can talk about Boston. Dallas is one that we did not see them drop in 3 games like this. And a lot of the flack has been taken on Luka Doncic, the superstar of the team. Yeah. He's been constantly complaining. He fouls out at home in an NBA Finals game, which you don't hear often.
No.
But he's still leader in points, rebounds, assists, minutes and stuff in the playoffs, but yet he's sitting at an 0-3 hole. He's still believing that they can get back into the series, which is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You're supposed to believe that. But what is it with this guy here that has been the cause of them being down 0-3 so far?
Well, I think with Luka, because Luka is trying to play the what did they do when LeBron was coming back from Cleveland? He's doing that LeBron coming back from Miami to Cleveland.
Yeah,
I got it. Yeah. So the dynamic is, and Stephen A brought up a great valid point. He said on his show, he said, you got to consider the fact that what made them Dallas successful is that Luka knew how to get off the ball. He could get off the ball and let Kyrie work. And then vice versa, when Kyrie ain't on, he knew how to let Luka work. And then they worked it out. In some kind of way. But they stopped. They got away from that. That's what made them successful all this time against those other teams, is that they knew how to complement each other in the nature of, when I'm not hitting and I'm not on, let me get a ball up. And Luka, remember, there's no lobs this series. Have you noticed that? There ain't been no lobs. They took all of that out. Because of the simple fact that now you make them boys play the actual game that they're supposed to play. That's why I told you, remember, teams play either outside in or inside out. They are always going to be that way. Me being a basketball player myself, I understand that as a point guard, that I either learn how to play my big men first, and then I play my outside game, or I play my outside game and then work my big men in next. So the dynamic of it is that Boston got them off of their game plan of what made them successful this whole entire playoffs. So
exactly,
I think it's a combination of Luka not getting off the ball to let Kyrie do, because Kyrie had 30 plus the other night. Yeah. And you let Kyrie go to work, y'all win, man. Y'all come back from a 20-point deficit to a 2-point, 3-point, so you end up putting, and Kyrie is killing. He coming down, that fadeaway was killer, and they couldn't stop him. But you get a Luka who's fouling out, who's complaining, who's hollering at the coaching staff over fouls he know he's making. Like, it just made the whole thing just look bad. So he got to trust his other players. He got to trust his other players like he did before. That's what's going to help them to win this game tonight. They got to trust him.
As we were saying, I'm talking over with Robert L. Bailey Jr. We in the sports pulpit a little bit, but guess what? We're going to take a quick time out. We're going to come right back with more. Give us 2 minutes, and we're going to touch a little bit more on what's going on in the case of the NBA Finals, and hopefully there'll be some coaches that's coming into the mix for the Los Angeles Lakers. We'll see. Okay, that's what we're doing. We'll be back with more of the A-Train Show right after this. Stay tuned.
Houston, we've triumphed. I've made it back to Earth with the cargo intact. The game-changing, time-sensitive payload is none other than the revolutionary energy flavor we've all been waiting for. Introducing Merc Mayhem Cherry Limeade. Merc Clan played a crucial role in securing this energy flavor, and together we've unlocked the future of power. Merc Mayhem is not just a drink, it's a statement, a fusion of relentless energy and bold flavor. The secret is out. Merc Mayhem is set to redefine the energy landscape, leaving ordinary drinks in its cosmic dust. Get ready for a taste explosion that matches Merc Clan's unparalleled power. Join the revolution, and let's unleash Merc Mayhem upon the world. Astronaut M signing off.
the game, forget the money and fame. Stay ready, making sure that they'll remember my name. I got a hunger inside when the numbers are tied. Yo, I'ma turn it up a level, never will be denied.
All right, they really tuning up the band as we got Sports Pulpit going here on the A-Train Show.
I love it, man. I love it. I love it, man. This is crazy. I love it, though. I love every ounce of it.
It is fun, Father's Day Friday. See, say that 3 times fast. You know what I mean? But it's a fun day because definitely we get the conversation going right now, and we've been talking a little bit about the NBA Finals and stuff right now. I guess we ought to solidify that this pretty much series is a wrap. Tonight should be the final night. I wanted to go ahead and end me personally because it was an interesting season, but like I don't want to see. I'm sorry, Dallas, this ain't it. This ain't your year. Boston, this has been solidified for them this year. And remember, we've had conversations in the past. We was like, this is going to be it if they couldn't do it or not. They're going to do it. That's just going to be. We gonna sit here.
But what if?
Listen, we're not gonna play that game today, dude. Not
but what if? You know, I'm always a devil's advocate. What if?
Oh, I know. Don't play that. Come on, Pastor. Don't play that. Don't play that side, man. But listen, I understand where you're coming from. But at the same time, I'm like, this series is already a cinch. If it's gonna be anything worse than that, it'll be a gentleman's sweep. We'll give you a game, and then we'll just take it back to Boston and wrap it up.
Absolutely.
But
I think that might be a better fit. I don't think Dallas would want to go out being swept in the finals. I think it would make it more exciting if Dallas did win one and then take it to Boston. I think it would be more exciting. I mean, for me as a fan, because I love basketball, I kind of don't want it to end. I understand the dynamic of it. If Dallas just so happened to pull it off tonight, taking it back to Boston, and if they just so happen to pull it off in Boston, coming back to Dallas, if they just so happen, like I'm just saying, it's hypothetical, but I mean, anything can happen these days. You just never know. Something could just blow this whole thing up, and they can rip it to shreds. I mean, injuries, God forbid. Anything could possibly happen to blow this whole entire thing up. I'm not saying that Dallas is going to win this. I do believe that Boston is going to cinch this and seal it. I do think they might seal it tonight. Do I give Dallas a chance? I do. As long as Kyrie is on the floor, I'm sorry, Kyrie is because I'm a basketball player and I'm a point guarder. Like I love point guards. Like I was a big Joe Dumars fan over Isaiah Thomas. Like, so, I'm a big point guard player, so at the end of the day, I would love to see them take it back.
Even Mahomes match couldn't help Dallas. And it was a bunch of people there at the game, man. But at the same time, I get it that Minnesota could have probably put up a better fight against Boston. But they're not there. Okay, Denver could have put up a better fight against Boston, but they're not there. It is the Dallas Mavericks. Does this hurt if they do get swept tonight? Does this hurt Kyrie Irving's career?
No. As a matter of fact, because you still got to understand the fact that Kyrie and Luka just got together. Like they didn't have a healthy season last year of camaraderie. I think it was mid-season when they finally when the decisions were made for them. And so this is the first full year they got a chance to work this. I think this is going to give that Cleveland experience to Luka, and it's going to make Luka drive this more. I think this is more of a ego kicker to Dallas, saying, "Hey guys, you got the big head because you done got bold. You got past Minnesota, who was the hype over everybody. You know, you got past like all of this stuff. You didn't have to face Denver because of Minnesota. So you're dealing with the hype of all of this, and then they get to the finals, and I think it just kind of smashed them. But I think this is gonna do like Jason Tatum said. It's going to give them that experience of hurt before healing. Like, let me hurt you before I heal you. And this healing is going to come through the work of them getting back to this place and then winning it.
Right. All right. We ended it with this on the NBA topic. The coaching staff situation for the LA Lakers. Dan Hurley didn't want the job. JJ Redick is being interviewed for the job. That's why I think they're hoping that the finals end tonight, so he can go ahead and have his time with the Lakers in this weekend. Do you think JJ would be the right man for the job?
I would have chosen Mark Jackson. I would have chosen Mark Jackson. I would have chosen Mark Jackson over JJ Redick. Just my personal observation, because I think Mark Jackson is more structured to defense.
Hey Paris, how you doing?
And that's my ultimate thing. I think because LA need to become a defensive team before they can, because you got to consider they got scorers left and right.
I don't think LA would be good for Mark Jackson.
Why not though?
Because of the man of who he is. And see, now we didn't even never get into the real side of why he got cut from the Warriors job. It was more personal than it was business. Right.
And
that's why they have left him off coaching, broadcasting. Well, broadcasting, they let him be around for a while, but they did it as a way of saying, here, we want you here instead of there.
I got you.
So I'm not gonna go into the deep. We'll text.
Yeah, we gotta talk.
I'll go into the deep run on that, but it's personal reasons.
But JJ works. JJ works because JJ knows the system. He works because he knows the system. And then not only that, you got to remember JJ is a scorer. LA is a Showtime, this city of Showtime. So everything is about scoring, winning, high fast pace, getting up and down the floor. So I think it'll be okay. I just never really liked him being I would have liked Hurley over JJ. However, because again, we're talking about making LA a all-around playing team and not just a one finesse team. Like they would have made all of that would have made it a little bit easier, better.
Your thoughts on Jerry West, who just recently
passed away? Man, my guy, man. I actually adore Jerry West, man, because of his basketball. His IQ was very, very high, and to hear Jerry West, who is the logo. Let's talk about him being the logo. The logo telling everybody, hey, y'all need to change the logo and make it Michael Jordan. Like, for the logo to say, I don't want to be the logo no more. Give it to the greatest player of all time in his eyesight, which is Michael Jordan. Dude, that's major. I my condolences to his wife and his kids. And man, I really, really pray that people will understand his stamp on the world and on the basketball world, man, based on his tenure, not only as a player, but as a coach and an executive.
All right, we're finna go into our favorite topic, and this finna get crazy. So without further ado.
What do you guys want to talk about?
Yeah.
Let me start here first. I want to start here first because I saw a lot of shade thrown in just these few words. Take a look at this.
You won the Royal Rumble and you got yours. Next week in the Battle Royal, I get mine.
I believe it.
Whoa. I'm in this thing next week too. You don't want to wish me good luck, Cody?
The king
is going to win the battle royal.
Is that right? Seems like you guys are in a good place.
Did that not mess you up? Did that not
No,
mess you up?
I caught the shade, Doc. I caught it. Oh, I caught it. Oh, I caught the shade because all of them are from a different company.
Woo! When he said that, I said, "Ooh!" I got excited immediately because I was like, "Man!" He instantly threw shade at that whole situation for all.
And I think it opens up another door, though. You remember we just had this Jordan move from in TNA come over.
Yes,
Jordan Grace. We just had her come over from TNA. So I'm telling y'all, I think something even bigger is about to happen with the infusion of multiple people coming from different. When he talk about this 30-man battle royal, and they talk about from other places, if the beginning of the interview when he came out with Trick, he said there's going to be a 30-man and they are going to be from everywhere. Like, so it's going to be interesting. Oh, that forbidden door might be open, brother. We might be on to something.
Hey, listen, man. You think it was bad when Trevor Lawrence signed this big deal for $275 million? I was like, Tony, you got bigger problems than you can deal with.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Thing, dude. Like,
oh
boy. There, I'm like, okay. So we saw Cody in NXT, which was great. He said Uncle
Now I don't know. Why would he come Monday though? Because the last QR code didn't suggest that he was coming yet. Oh.
That's the little one. She wanted to be seen.
She wanted to be seen. She wanted to come speak to I want to talk to my uncle all the time.
Listen, I love y'all, man. Like for real, man. That's
great.
I missed all y'all, man.
I don't think Howdy is coming Monday. I do believe though he's coming soon though. I really honestly believe he's coming soon because this last QR code, after watching it, I was like, okay. Now they had a whole hour on one part of it and then a 35 minutes where this writer is writing. Now I know Alexa Bliss writes with her left hand. I've never seen Bo Dallas write with his right or left hand. I don't know if he's left-handed or not, but I do know whoever this left-handed writer is, Alexa Bliss is left-handed, so I do know that. And I just got to, but it's going to be interesting. He's coming soon. It's just not. I don't think it's going to be Monday. I think they're going to make a big deal out of it, though.
Okay. Clash at the Castle is it this weekend or is it the following?
Saturday. No, it's this weekend. Yeah.
So we got Clash at the Castle coming. All right.
No, it's the following weekend. No, it's this weekend. It's this.
It's Holidays weekend, ain't it? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me make sure I got that card correct. Yeah, it's this Saturday.
Yeah, it's this weekend. Yeah.
Okay. So we got that. The story right now is AJ. One is AJ versus Cody again. This time an I Quit match.
Yep. I like it.
We got a triple threat tag team match for the women's tag match. Priest versus McIntyre, Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable, and Bayley versus Piper Niven. Now, with that being said, the only thing there's only going to be one title change. One. And that title change is going to be, so I'm going to make my predictions now.
Okay.
Yes. Bayley's going to retain.
Yeah.
Bianca and Jade are going to retain.
Agreed.
Sammy's going to retain thanks to Alpha Academy.
Agreed.
Thanks to Alpha Academy. I think the other match was
AJ and Cody.
Cody's going to retain.
Agreed. Because this is his going away. This is his going away present. Because he wants to go away.
And the person that's not going to have their title after Clash at the Castle is going to be Damian Priest. You would not let Drew McIntyre go into Scotland a second time and lose that title.
I don't agree though.
You might not agree with it, but that's what I see.
But why would Damian lose it? What would be the point and significance of letting him gain it if you're gonna let him lose it? Now I do. No, I know. I can almost agree. No, I take it back. I agree. Let me tell you why I agree. Because you're gonna give it to Damian Priest, and Damian's gonna hold it for a little bit of time, and CM Punk is coming back to fight against Damian. Okay. All right. Yeah, I like
it. Going to cost them. He said he's going to cost Drew. Punk show up and cost Drew. So they
maybe
Punk
not
McIntyre at SummerSlam.
Maybe not, because you still got to give. You remember a part of Punk's contract. Remember, part of Punk's contract was to give him a title shot, but because of the injury, he didn't do it. So this is good, though.
So
this is
also,
good.
Punk can cost Damian Priest.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It would completely flip the script on it.
Good storyline, too.
And a good story for that. Which then
like
leads
it.
to a triple threat match either at Money in the Bank.
I like it.
Or
I like it. Because that's where Priest won the Money in the Bank case.
And
I like it.
And it's going to depend on who wins the Money in the Bank contract, too.
I like it. I like it. We need to be writers. I tell you, we need to be writers. We need to be writers. We need to write this up.
That's what I love.
Hey, but that would be good though. That would be A1, because if that happens, that gives the CM Punk Drew McIntyre bout of a bigger face. Because what would be the significance of them warring all this time and him costing and him injuring and all of this, and this him showing up in CM Punk showing up in the press box and then coming down on the floor while Drew is looking. What would be significance of building this story, and there ain't gonna be nothing? So it makes sense.
Punks comes in.
Ooh.
Judgment Day is wiped out. Punk comes in, hits Damian Priest. Gets him out.
It, man.
Shocks
I like it.
Drew McIntyre. It shocks Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre takes control of that. What leads to Monday Night Raw, and he said, "You know why I did that, correct?"
Oh, I like it.
You know why I did that for you, right? I didn't do that because I don't. It's not because I don't like Damian Priest. I want your title.
It's a pipe bomb. We coming back to the pipe bomb. That would mess up everything. Oh, I would love it though. I would love that.
See,
I would love that. Okay, I can go with it. I can dig it. I can
always chaos in that, man. That's what
I can dig it. I can dig it. I can dig it.
Yes, and that's why I was like, man, if there was one angle that I would love to see happening, it would be that one. Yeah. Right. And I get it. We have with Bianca and Jade, we got to have the belts on them for a while. I got to see what their run is like. I got to so having them with a couple of matches, like I know Shayna Baszler and Zoe, they need at some point they're going to need to have a title run.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is right now the Bianca and Jade era because they're the hot ones right now.
Right. So and I think Shayna, she's turned on everybody. They're gonna eventually make her turn. I don't know. She's turned on everybody. Every single person that they've tagged her with, she's turned on them. She's turned on all of them. So I don't know if it would be the best thing to tag her with Zoe and make them that the run of the women's title. I don't know if that would be significant. You getting a good Yeah, right. That's what I was about to say. And they started off good, but of course they moved Shayna to NXT to go over there with Lola Vice. Her and Lola Vice started doing their little thing together, and then all of a sudden there's another turn. It's the same thing, that happened before. So unfortunately, you constantly get this because Shayna want to be the queen. She's the queen of spades, man. She got to do what she got to do.
Yeah. So okay. Now my next question to you is Ricochet gone? from WWE? Do you think he's gone?
No. Why would they do that though?
Because his contract is up. They basically took him off TV. Samantha Irvin left with him.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's the proper way to get rid of him like that. You understand what I'm saying?
They got him off TV. They got him off TV. Remember, that's a major injury.
Yeah, it's a major injury. Yeah.
And the best person to do that was
Bron Breakker.
Remember, they took the Speed Championship off of him. You know, granted,
they did
to have him get a title. You know what I mean? And so they took that off of him. And like his contract situation is up now, and a lot of there's speculation going around.
It is.
He's not coming back. And would Samantha Irvin go with him?
Oh yeah, she gone. If he goes, she's gone. It's gonna be just like Dean Ambrose and Lillian. I know
you're talking
about Chuck.
Golly, I can't think of her name either.
Just Renee.
Right, that's it.
But because of the dynamic, it'll be strained for one person to be at one company and the other one be at the other. I mean, it's happened with Charlotte and Andrade, but they got Andrade back. Charlotte's still on vacation. She's actually getting ready to make a return too. So I don't know. It's been a lot.
Yes, and that's the thing, man. Like it's been a whole lot with what's going on. This dynamic with E, and it go back to that Cody Rhodes, clip when he was talking to 3 former members of a certain company. I said, man, are you sure you really want to match up with Shawn Michaels and
at
this point?
Yeah. So why? I guess this would be our off-camera conversation. Why would they get rid of Ricochet instead of putting him in the running for the United States title? Or
been through that. He's been through that. He's had the titles before, and there's really not much else for him right now. For him, nah. Samantha's getting more attention than he is.
Yeah, because they keep making him be a failure. Like every match he's doing these high flying moments, but he's losing the matches. Like what
Hogan said about him, you just a highlight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And
so are we weaning away from that now? Because you really don't see it as much.
I mean, you have your Dragon Lees with Rey Mysterio. You got what's going on in NXT with Jaden Evans. They're still high flyers, so it's still a thing.
So we'll let him go back to NXT then, and let him build the brand there. It just makes more sense. Put him in the running of NXT. Don't get rid of him because he's an asset, especially with a Samantha Irvin. You have 2 of the greatest assets that you have, and Ricochet is a great talent, man. He's a great talent. And he brings a sense of excitement to the ring itself when you talk about wrestling. But as far as the entertainment portion of it, he suck on the mic. He's horrible on the mic.
And congratulations to Katana. I think it was Katana Chance that won the NXT North American.
Jordan.
I'm sorry, Kalani Jordan.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, Kalani Jordan.
The North American Women's Championship.
That's
I gotta give her props. You know what I'm saying? But
I wanted my girl to win. I wanted
Lash Legend to win too. Like I believe that's my pick. But
my pick would have been Jada Parker. I'm sorry.
Oh, I got it. That's right. You did. You've been high on her. But it's okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we got. Let's see. Clash at the Castle. Make your picks real quick before we head out. Baylor versus Piper Niven.
Oh, Bayley.
Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable.
I see a twist happening though. I see a twist. I see Chad getting it, and then the Alpha Academy turning on him. Like they're gonna let him win it, and then you're gonna turn, because you gotta give them a reason for all of this. But that's just my thought. I mean,
Okay.
I honestly believe that Sammy is going to win it, but it wouldn't surprise me if Chad did. Okay, that's my thought about that. I do believe Sammy will win it, but I think, given the circumstances of the dynamics of everything right now, I think giving it to Chad wouldn't be bad because it gives a different storyline to come in play.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Let's see. We got Bianca Belair, Jade, Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark.
Nope. My girl's gonna win it. You know, I'm a Jade Cargill fan. They gonna win it. They gonna hold the title at least until WrestleMania.
Okay.
Or try to.
Cody versus AJ.
Cody.
And Damian versus Drew. Where you feel? Where do you feel?
I'm with you. No, I'm with you on that. At first my thought pattern was that Damian was gonna beat him again, and this was gonna frustrate Drew to have this like blow up moment. But then once you said it, it made sense to let him win. Not for the reason of this is the second time, but for the reason of because there's a storyline there with CM Punk. So I think it's gonna work out well.
All right, sir. Thank you so much, man. You know,
yeah, man.
We gotta do this again Friday.
I'm with it.
Friday, man. So and maybe Monday. We'll see what happened, man. Because we might be talking about the NBA Finals is over and stuff. We want to see what's going to happen to this team in the long run. It's Association Monday. Hey, I'm going to have to get you on the W, too.
Yeah, man. And after Clash of the Titans. I mean,
we'll do that. That's what
we need to do it. Yeah, let's do it.
All out on Monday.
I'm
right,
with
sir.
It.
All right, we're about to take a break. He's about to head off this pulpit, man, and we're going to bring it back on Monday.
I'm at the pulpit for real tonight.
Okay. Well, you already know, sir, how it is. And definitely appreciate you, man. All the best to you, man. And come on, sure. We got it again Monday, okay?
Bet. I'm in.
All right. He is out here. That is Robert L. Bailey Jr., ladies and gentlemen. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to you too, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, brother.
Yeah. Happy Father's Day.
Definitely appreciate that because this one is on my nerves right now. Love you, man. We'll see y'all Monday.
All right. Monday is where he's at. Okay. He gone. Monday is where we'll see him again. We'll do the fallout from Clash at the Castle. Coming up next after the break is Steve French. He's joining me to talk a bit about some of his career. And then we're going to talk a bit about these Boston sports teams that he's dealing with. All right. And we're going to come right back. This is the A-Train Show right here on Fuel Sports Network.
Same great taste. Yes, same great taste. Same great taste.
Welcome back to the A Train Show, the A Train Arlington Lane. Big thanks to Pastor Robert L. Bailey Jr. for stopping in, of course, with the Sports Pulpit this week. And we'll do the fallout on Monday, right after Clash at the Castle. So we'll see how that one ends up. Coming up on, I don't think we have any programs this week. Just thought about that, but it's okay. My next guest is a voiceover actor, and he's an avid Boston sports fan. You may have heard his voice on the on ABC promos that were played during the last couple of years. You may have heard his voice on the Alec Baldwin game show Match Game for 5 seasons. And he's kind enough to join me here on the show today for a little bit. I want to welcome my friend to the program, Mr. Steve French. Steve, how you doing, sir?
Hey, Train, what's up, dude? How are you?
Yeah, hey, man, this voice, man, I love his voice, like for real. Seriously, man, like this dude here. Oh,
I'm
man,
just glad we could see and hear. I tried to sign in for my studio and it wasn't working, so I've never used this platform before. I'm just glad you could hear. As long as you can hear me, that's all. I
can hear you loud and clear, man. I want
to
get
good
right
to see
into
you. We've never actually spoken on camera before, so this
that's
is nice.
Correct. But we're doing it here right now, man. And I see you with your Boston green on, man.
Listen, we've got one more game we got to win, and we could win it tonight. So I'm just trying to be, show my fandom as politely as possible.
You in the moment, man. So. When we did the podcast a long time ago, man, we were talking a bit about your career a bit. One of the things for me was, I'm an avid game show fan, man. I talk about it all the time. But your run on Match Game with those 5 years, man, what was that like for you? We got a new audience here, so I definitely want them to touch in a bit on your time there.
Well, one of the cool things, and I'm not just saying this because I'm on your show, but it was like meeting people like you who knew way more about game shows than I did, right? I mean, I've grown up with game shows, but didn't have this sort of intrinsic knowledge. So meeting fans like you was really cool. I mean, that whole thing just came about. It was like any other audition, 2016. And it happened really quickly. It was like from the time that I got the audition to the time that I was in the studio recording, being the announcer for a game show, was like a week or something. It happened so fast. So I didn't really even have time to think about like what I was doing or what I was stepping into. And
right.
The original Match Game with Gene Rayburn and Johnny Olson was before my time. So I sort of knew a little bit about Match Game, but so it was crazy. And I found in my career, it's maybe sort of best if you don't really know everything that you're doing because you just sort of fly by the seat of your pants. If I really had time to stop and think what I was getting into, I think it would have been a little more nervous. Instead, I just sort of showed up.
I was going to ask you that. Did you really even think about that? Like, you're like, I got a high profile gig on a game show here, and like, it hasn't really it didn't really hit you at all. You just was saying you was like fly by night kind of stuff.
It really was because you didn't know what I didn't know what was going to happen. I mean, at one point earlier in the week, my agent said, "There's a chance you might be on camera, but they're not sure." And I was like, "Unfortunately for you, you put me on camera. Nobody wants to put this on camera." I was like, But I said to myself, "There's no way. First of all, there's no way they're going to throw me on camera with all these celebrities and Alec Baldwin, all these people." But yeah, so I just sort of showed up. And I'd never, I'd obviously done voiceover stuff before, but I'd never done that specific, like live to tape announcing.
Yeah.
Wasn't really familiar with like jargon or terms. And I found in my career, you just kind of, as long as you don't fake it too bad so that you don't screw things up, you do kind of fake it till you make it and just follow along and ask the right questions and just say, okay,
Yeah. And you also got a chance to do some promos for ABC and ESPN, folks. That this guy, man, I've heard his voice when he said it. He told me about it, and I was like, let me go up and check it out. Man, I was like, okay, this was great. And one of the things that I remember you telling me in the past was that there was a conversation that you had with, was it the son of Ernie Anderson, or was it actually Ernie Anderson himself?
It was actually with, I never got to talk, so, Paul Thomas Anderson, of course, is Ernie Anderson. For anybody who doesn't know, Ernie Anderson was this legendary voiceover promo announcer for ABC for decades. And so I did this when they did live in front of a studio audience, with modern cast doing the old Norman Lear episodes. Mm-hmm. They did these retro promos for their current lineup. And so I got to sort of channel Ernie Anderson and try to, bring his voice back to life. Really cool project. Another one of those things where it sort of came together quickly and in pieces, where all of a sudden I just thought, oh, this is one retro promo, and then suddenly it was like, oh, here's like 15 retro promos, and you're like, the centerpiece of this advertise. If I'd stopped to think about that at all, I would have lost my mind. But I got to, so Rita Benari, who the agency that I work with, one of like the OG promo agents, she is like a legend in the voiceover representation world, and was Ernie's agent a long time ago. And so it was this really cool thing that I work with SVV. They got me this gig. And so at one point, Mary Ellen Lord called me up and said, Steve, I'm at lunch with Rita. She wants to talk to you about Ernie Anderson. And it was just kind of like, wow. So it was basically as close as you could get to the source material. So she gave me these little tips and a little advice, things to do with my hands that Ernie Anderson used to do when he was delivering his lines that helped. And sure enough, the voice would kind of come out when you follow those things. So yeah, so really, really cool experience. Very lucky to channel that.
Talking with Steve French, who's a voiceover actor. He's done some acting himself, but he's an avid Boston sports fan, as you can see here on the A-Train Show. Yeah. Real quick, we got to get into it. The Boston Celtics, we've seen them so far this year. Have you really got a chance to dive in with the Boston Celtics?
I actually got to go to a game with my dad and my brother, which was really cool. We got to see Wemby in action, so that was pretty neat back in January. And I'd never been to a Celtics game in person, so it was cool to be at the Garden and just have that family experience. But yeah, I mean, we're kind of following them along all year. I'm a father. I don't get a whole lot of time to sit in front of the TV and watch my guys. I'm down in New York, so they're not on the TV every night. But yeah, just kind of following along and really knowing like what we're in for, what we have, and knowing this whole season could be something incredibly special if they could put all the pieces together. But as a sports fan yourself, you probably know that they come really, really close and had some really, really awful, falling short at the end. But what's been really beautiful this season, and as long as they can close it out, you'll sort of, I'd say, even if something catastrophic happens, there are all these steps, and they're earning their war scars throughout it. But just seeing like the maturation of somebody like a Jaylen Brown, turning in this incredible performance, and even from last year where you felt like he'd try to drive into the paint and he'd dribble the ball off his foot or something, he'd lose control. This year he's like it's an incredible thing. And I don't know, I bet you can agree with this. I feel like people that don't get into sports are maybe missing what is so special about watching athletes and watching people deal with that kind of pressure, and to learn skills and to grow and to face, all the awful pressures that come with this. And sometimes the fans go way too far with that sort of stuff, but to be able to come through it, right, and succeed on a great level, and to grow and to learn from your mistakes. I just feel like, certainly in my line of work, which is not as highly pressurized as being a pro athlete, but I try to learn from that too. I think, all right, that didn't go the way I wanted. How can I get better?
Exactly. And you know what? Even doing a show like this, man, like sometimes it takes practice. Other times it's like, all right, just let it flow. Just let it have the moment as it is, as you're going on through it. And I'm sitting there, they're one win away. And you probably the last championship you've seen with Boston is probably 2008 when they won against the Lakers.
Okay. Yep.
And your Boston Red Sox. Hey, wait. Did they not just beat Philadelphia, one of the best teams in
all right,
baseball?
So they did okay. Listen, as an avid Cardinals fan, it's like baseball goes like this, right? You have sometimes where you get like killed by somebody that shouldn't, it's like a minor league team, and then all of a sudden you're like, you get how many runs off air? No, I mean, so listen, baseball's a long season. Well,
yes, it is.
I just realized this is going to be a really long season for the Red Sox, but
I just sat back and I'm like, wow, we really 67 games in the season already. We still got another 3-4 months to go.
Is it too long? Is baseball too long, or is it just the way this should be?
That's a good question, man. Like the way baseball was made, that's what we have to kind of be prepared for. Now, when they did the 60 games during COVID, it was like, it don't feel right. It just don't feel right. Right. And they kind of did everything packed in. And then when they had the World Series at a neutral site, it was just weird. I understand they were trying to get the baseball season in, but it was like 160 games is what we've been used to since, well, it's been passed since I was born, and I know saying when you were born, but I don't think it should ever have to go beyond that. Now, when they're talking about bringing new teams into the mix and whatnot, that could play a part in that, but 162 games is fine. You know, I've always been used to that.
The pitch clock too has been, I think, I don't know how you felt about it, but I was sort of a baseball purist. So I thought, oh, what is this going to do? It's been, I think it's been fantastic personally. Like and I'm sure the players love it too. Just having games move along. I took my son to his first. We went to a Mets game. We're here in New York, so I took him to his first MLB game, and it's great. There's it feels like there's a great pace to these games now, and I don't know. I like that they're willing to make some changes. Throw some stuff against the wall, see what sticks.
Before I get you out of here, Steve, talk a little bit about your son, because you are a father, and happy Father's Day to you.
Oh, thank you
as well, man. But talk a little bit about your son, and how much he means to you in your career too.
Well, my son Oscar, he's 9 years old now, which is crazy. He was 1 year old when I got the Match Game gig. To put that in perspective, it's just crazy. He's been a life changer in so many ways. I mean, he's my whole world. He's on the autism spectrum, which has been this sort of like universe opening, heart expanding experience, and it's really, it's made you feel like, simultaneously makes you feel like you don't have any clue what you're doing, and then also you have moments of connection. Like yesterday, we just had this big laugh together about something very silly, this little kind of thing that he did, and I don't know, you just realize like it's all there. He's communicating. We have our language together, and I wouldn't know who I would possibly be without him. It's amazing. So he's been very patient with me. My job is sort of, I've got to drop everything and run into the booth and record something, and so he kind of knows that drill for years now, and he's very patient and good about it. And but yeah, he's just without knowing it, he's my biggest support system. So.
My man. See, I like that, and to my to one of our show hosts, Amanda. This is the guy you need to talk to.
Okay, all right. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but I'll talk.
Let's just say that she's a big advocate of autism, and she has a son that has autism too. And I think I might want to talk to you about Autism Speak. So I just want to throw that out there. All right, sir. Before you go, tell everyone where they can find you on social media.
I guess on social media, I'm at Steve French VO, Instagram, and I've got listen, I've got a burgeoning TikTok presence. Okay, I mean, really, I've got like 139 followers on TikTok, and things are really looking up.
Hey, are you still on Unsolved Mysteries podcast, or did that end?
It ended, but it's still out there. I mean, that's the important thing, is that the episodes are still there. The cases are still, many of the cases are still unsolved. Okay. So that's wherever you get your podcasts, and perhaps you can help solve the mystery. So please, all your listeners, go check that out. If you're
Unsolved Mystery fan, you need to check in with that. Steve, thank you so much, man. We're going to do this again. We're going to do it in a longer realm next time. And I want to make sure I had got you on the program, though, for sure. Happy Father's Day to you as well, man.
Thank you, Arlington. Take care. So great to see you.
All right. That's Steve French, ladies and gentlemen, voiceover actor and avid Boston sports fan. All right, folks, that'll wrap things up for this edition of the show. We'll see y'all on next week, Monday. Hey, I want to give a shout out real quick to Sabrina Wilburn Masco for helping out my guy JTK with his fundraiser for Autism Speaks. We're going to make sure we're going to continue doing that as we progress into 2024, and hopefully do that more in 2025. All right. So just for a little while, I catch y'all Monday, same time, noon, right here on Fuel Sports Network. Y'all take care.